Here with Rolex rankings number 3, Nelly Korda, the top-ranked American in the world, coming in off a win last week at the Meyer LPGA Classic, also earlier this year at the Gainbridge LPGA, making your 5th KPMG Women's PGA appearance. What's it like rolling into a major off a win? Has to be a pretty good feeling.
Yeah, it feels good. A little tired, though, today. I feel like I got hit by a bus on, probably 14 today. But, yeah, hopefully I can keep it going into this week.
How did you celebrate the win, knowing that you were getting on a plane and coming right down to a big event?
I didn't get to. I had to get right in the mode of getting in headspace of its major week.
But I did hear there was a little Panera celebration maybe afterwards.
Yeah, that was really good. That was a good salad.
I think we need a little Panera Bread gift cards coming along here. So you played 18 holes now. It was a long, hot morning, certainly. But what are your thoughts on Atlanta Athletic as we get ready for the major?
I like it. It's a really nice track. It's really soft, really wet out there. So I think if it's going to continue being soft, it's going to play advantage to the longer hitters, which I obviously like. I had a lot of 6 irons into a lot of clubs, but I like the track. It's really nice, and we'll see how this week goes.
Overall, how do you think, you're coming in off a win, but how do you think your game and the strengths of your game set up to this golf course, particularly with it being long?
I think it sets up pretty well, actually. It's nice to hit driver pretty much off every tee. You have to kind of thread it between a couple of bunkers. There's a lot of bunkers in play this week, and they actually told me, I think they redid it a couple of years ago a little, and they took out a couple of the bunkers, but there's a lot of bunkers into play. You're going to have to hit it well off the tee, placement-wise. And, length plays a huge part, so making sure you're hitting your long irons good. Again, it's pretty soft, so the greens are pretty receptive. I'm pretty sure they're going to get fast and pretty firm throughout the week, so I'm expecting it to get harder.
It is a major after all.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we'll open it up for questions. We'll start here with Steve.
Nelly, after the Gainbridge win, you showed up in Ocala and said you weren't sure how people won back-to-back, that you were just exhausted.
Yeah.
How have you changed your mindset since then to come into this event after a win?
Actually, the win in Nona was really stressful, so I think I just psyched myself out and I stressed myself out so much that I was so tired. And I really enjoyed playing on Sunday. I had a lot of fun, so I think I'm not as tired just because mentally when you're so stressed during a round, I feel like you get so tired and you feel like you've been hit by a bus, which I did a little today on 14 just because this is my 9th day of golf in a row, pretty much. So just resting up and making sure I don't overdo it is going to be key.
And is this a golf course that suits you? Because you're not going to shoot 25 under out here.
Mm-hmm.
How do you adjust your mindset from I got a birdie every other hole to, par's a pretty good score?
As I said, you have a lot of long irons into greens, so just taking your chances when you can. Sometimes a par is going to be really good out here, but making sure you take advantage of the par 5s is key as well.
Jeff?
I guess the tee's back at 18 today, but do you expect going at that green into the tee up a little bit?
My caddy told me that there's possibility of us playing 2 tees.
Yeah.
When you have the tee in the back, I think I had 250 to the front, so probably not if they tee it up in the back. And it also depends on softness of fairways and what the wind direction is. But I'm pretty sure, if the tee's up, then you'll probably see me send it if I'm in the fairway.
When you talk about kind of flipping the switch into a major mindset, describe that.
To be honest, I try to approach every tournament the same. A lot of people get wrapped up in it's major week, and they put so much pressure and emphasis on it being major week instead of just enjoying the week. And I'm still trying to figure that out. I missed the cut at the U.S. Open 2 years in a row now, and just trying to enjoy the moment and just to have fun and approach it like every other week, I think is a new mindset I'm going to try to rely on, I guess.
Beth Ann?
You talked about spending time with your dad in the off week. What What do you think, looking back on that time, paid off the most and what you worked on?
Yeah, it's a little boot camp with Papa K. Just having structure, honestly. Ever since I was young, I had a lot of structure growing up, and sometimes when you're just out there by yourself, you're like, oh, you show up to the golf course, you're like, oh, what am I going to do today? You know, you kind of think of it, you're like, oh, maybe I'll hit balls for a certain amount of hours, and then I'll go play 9 holes. But with my dad, he usually sets out a plan for me, and I follow it, and you just feel a lot more comfortable.
Was boot camp 5 days or
No. It was like 3 or 4 days. But still.
And did you play 18 yesterday, or what did you do yesterday?
No, I walked, chipped, and putted the front 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
What will you do tomorrow?
I'm going to play the back 9. I usually typically like to play the back 9s on Wednesdays.
Clay?
Hey, so Clay Kurtz with U.S. Kids Golf. I was just curious of, some of the memories that you've had growing up with your sister and your family out on the golf course, and what are some of the more memorable moments you've had together out there, specifically kind of in your junior days?
Junior days, oh gosh. Well, she is 5 years older, so junior days we didn't really play a lot of junior golf together. We spent a lot of time, when I got on tour. Played a couple FCWTs together. I remember her winning her age group and me winning my age group. But again, 5 years is a big difference when it is in junior golf. And she was on tour already at the age of 17. So not many, but in the pros a lot, Having her there for my first win, me being there for her first win after jaw surgery was really special.
Jeff, Beth Ann, go ahead.
I was going to say rangefinders this week. What are your thoughts on rangefinders?
We'll see. Possibly, if I'm really offline, but Jason and I have a routine already, and we like to stick to that, so I like to pace it off, so not against it, though.
Jeff?
I'm sure you plan on winning lots of majors. When you win the first one, do you think the emotion will be more joy or more relief?
I'm guessing joy. I would hope joy. Not really relief. I wouldn't say relief. I mean, at the end of the day, anyone can win here. So it's definitely something on my bucket list in a sense as a professional golfer. But it would be a lot of joy.
Anything further down there? Clay, go ahead, and then I'll have one more.
Yeah, what would be your advice to young junior golfers who are trying to make it to the LPGA Tour or play, at least collegiately? What would be your advice?
I feel like a lot of people get wrapped up into grinding so much that they lose a love for the game. So my advice is to always have fun and just to never take it so seriously.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right, Beth Ann, and then we'll close.
Just one more. I know obviously you won last week, so you played your way in. Have you changed your philosophy at all over the years and how you come into a major in terms of taking a week off, not wanting to play in front of the tournament, or does it just vary on the schedule?
It just honestly varies. Like, I didn't play the week before U.S. Open. I usually typically don't play the week before ANA, but this year I did, and I finished well. It just depends on what the schedule looks like.
And do you ever come to a site in advance to check it out?
Honestly, I've never done that. No, never.
Why not?
We travel and we play throughout the year so much. That's honestly the last thing I want to do is travel more on a week off.
Thank you.
All right, and then finally, there's a decent chance there could be 3 Kordas in Tokyo later this year at the Olympics. How cool would that be to you guys? I mean, I think your mom's the only one who has an Olympics behind her, and you have an incredibly talented family. What would that mean to you guys?
Yeah, I mean, it would be a lot of fun. Unfortunately, it kind of sucks our parents can't come if we do all qualify, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed, but we'll see. This week I'm focusing on this. I'm sure Jess is going to say the same, and when we get there, but it would be exciting.
You know each other well. She said the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, thanks so much, Nelly. Have a great day.
Thank you.